Welcome back to After the Snap. I'm your host, Tasha Pierce, and this is Wednesday. So that means it is the midweek meltdown where we catch up on the beginning of the week's entertainment news. And I don't know how many people were here yesterday, but I am apologizing again for abruptly ending that stream. I kind of owe you guys now. But outside of that, we are 1 week away. Are we 1 week away? It's just a few more days. If it ain't 1 week, because I don't remember what today's date is, but if it's not 1 week, we are just a few days away from the Batman. We're just a few days away from Star Trek Picard starting again. It's like, yay, yay. And we are 1 week removed from the NBA All-Star Game, which aired last weekend. Like as I told you guys before the game even played, I didn't have any intention of watching it, and I didn't because it went just like all All-Star games. All of the All-Star games are pretty much the same thing over and over. It's just a matter of which team wins, but it's a high scoring affair. They're putting on a clinic for the fans. They are competing with each other for stats. So the All-Star game was the All-Star game. Dunk contest I heard was pretty mundane. Didn't watch it. Um, the one thing that was kind of notable to me about that game was that the Chris Paul injury, and I I can remember having a conversation kind of with Davina about teams or players not wanting to be involved in the All Star game like they used to. It used to be if you were selected to be on the team, you played. If you were chosen, you showed up. Well, it's been said lately that these players are not particularly wanting to be involved with the All Star weekend activities. And it's easy to try to figure out, oh, how selfish are they or why don't they want to be involved? And Chris Paul, and I guess there have been others, but Chris Paul is the one this year that kind of stands out to me. You know, um, All Star weekend, and he hurt. Gosh, I can't remember which bone in his body. He broke a bone, and he's going to be out missing games. And I'm like, okay, yeah, the more you play and the more seriously you play, and how if you're trying to really uh, compete in this All Star weekend stuff, I guess I can understand why the players are hesitant to get involved, especially the older players. Not that age has anything to do with it, but if your conditioning has changed as you've gotten older, these injuries are more likely to occur, and it's harder to bounce back from it. So I kind of understand Chris Paul. Uh, I understand this side of things. And he didn't even say anything. This is just me defending him from nothing, nobody. But there are those of us who work pretty hard on the rest of the athletes, but not wanting to perform, not wanting to play, not wanting to entertain the fans. And I guess stuff like this happens. And that would be one reason why a lot of them would say, no, I think not. I would rather not be involved. And I can't blame anyone. Davina is the one who usually does sports. I didn't talk to her, so I don't know if she wanted to come on today or what. Um, Juwan Howard. And I don't know how any sports fans, but I'm doing this off the top. That's the little scuffle, little melee after the Michigan, Kentucky, I think. Michigan and Kentucky game. Got no, not Kentucky, Wisconsin. Gosh, the Michigan Wisconsin game when Juwan Howard swing at a Wisconsin assistant. Now, as you're watching, hey Thomas, how are you? Uh, Fines and suspensions were handed down. Juwan Howard was suspended for the remainder of uh, the regular season. He'll be back for the okay. He'll be back from his suspension next at by the postseason for the postseason. And well, the coach for the other team, Coach Greg Gard, and that's from Wisconsin. I'm sorry, that's Wisconsin. He was fined $10,000, and then there were several students who were each suspended from one game. So all of that kind of fallout from this fight. What started the fight? The fight was started because Wisconsin had a very sizable lead, and there were seconds left in the game, and their coach called a timeout. Now, now they called the timeout, even though if they would have just let the clock play out, there was no way that Michigan could have gotten back in the game. So that's a thing about sportsmanship. Um, there are kind of unwritten rules about running up the score on teams when you have a big lead. There's unwritten rules about calling timeouts or prolonging a game that is completely out of reach. There are unwritten rules. It's kind of like it's just what's understood doesn't have to be explained. So there is that. Um, well, what can I say? Oh, well, that coach broke one of the unwritten rules, and he went to explain at the end of the game. He went to explain to Juwan Howard why he did that. Now, Juwan Howard is already pissed that he did. So when the coach walks up to him, kind of grabs him to have a word with him, Juwan Howard was already pissed. He's like, don't fucking touch me. That's what he said. And it escalated from there. Unfortunate. They're actually having discussions saying that they don't want to have post game handshakes anymore. That's another unwritten rule, and it's just about sportsmanship. Win or lose, if you play the game, you poured your heart out on the court, the other team came out on top. Good sportsmanship dictates that you go and just shake hands, even if it's insincere. Because at the moment, nobody wants to lose, but it teaches you that today you're on the losing end of this handshake. Tomorrow you might be on the winning end. You have to learn to lose and embrace. They're talking about doing away with the post game handshake because of this event. I think it is the NCAA jumping the heck out of it. This is an isolated event. Gosh, I don't remember the last time I've seen coaches kind of having a scrap. So don't jump out the window. Let these kids. Uh, my sound is sounding funny. Okay, let me check it. Thank you. I don't know. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, let me know. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Bun. All right. Shucks, I'm out of rhythm now. I don't even know what I was talking about. Um, Let me just start sharing slides. Y'all know I had a bad day yesterday, and it looks like it is following me into today, but here we are. Here we are. Yep, I'm just going to get in the slides. Now, if you are a member of the Discord, and if you're not, what the heck are you waiting for? The link for the Discord is in the show notes wherever you're watching this live stream. So I had put in the Discord about this young lady, Jada Benjamin. She is an actress and she has been in several shows, but most recently it's this family reunion. She was missing. She was missing over the weekend. Her family was panicked, was reported missing, and there were missing posters going out and everything. She has been found. She is safe. So that's good news. I don't have to know anything else. I don't have to know where she was, what she was doing, who she was with. All I needed to know is that the young lady is safe. But I thought that I would put you guys up to it, because I did put it on that on our Discord. So I guess I wanted to update you guys that she was found safe. Uh, Dee said, "Yep, she saw that. She's happy that she's safe. I am too. That is, it's got to be the scariest thing in the world for a family to not be able to get a hold of their loved one. So when it ends up, for whatever reason, however it happened, if it ends up that we can have a happy ending to this story, then I'm all for telling it. Sad endings, sad endings. Well, Arthur, if I guess it's like children of a certain, if you got kids of a certain age, you know all about Arthur. Um, from 20, I think it's 25 years is what it said. 25 years of Arthur on television. It finally ended, and what they did with it is fast forwarded Arthur and his friends to the year 2042, to adulthood. And you know what? Of course, you know I didn't watch Arthur. I did not watch Arthur. But because I have a son who is in the age range where I can remember distinctly that Arthur probably hung out with him some from time to time, I am happy to well, I'm sad to see it ending, that the next little generation of little people will not get new episodes of Arthur. Of course, the back catalog lives forever. I just thought that some of you of a certain age would want to say goodbye to one of the best babysitters in the world, Arthur Now. Speaking of saying goodbye, the Wendy Williams show is ending. And you know what? I was not upset in the least. I'm actually quite happy to hear that Sherry Shepherd will be getting her own syndicated show in place of the Wendy Williams show. And Sherry Shepherd's show is going to just be called Sherry. So Wendy, I guess they finally got just fed up with waiting. Not that you should have to be fed up with a person who has an illness. If you got an illness and you're really taking care of your illness, then that's one thing. But if you got a group of people whose livelihood is depending upon the success of your show, and you could be at work, but instead you're out at the beach. Now, I'm not saying that when people get ill, they shouldn't enjoy themselves. That's far from what I'm saying. But uh, when you get ill, if you are the headlining act, and you got to think about how many people could potentially lose their job if you don't show up. If you don't go to work and they see you out uh, finagling around at the beach, well, I'd be upset too. And that might be there. This is just me speculating now. That might be one of the reasons why they said, you know what, let's go ahead on and push forward with Sherry Shepherd. I'm glad, and I hope that it takes a different direction. I think I might watch an episode where Sherry is hosting, just so I can see what her style is before I jump on her bandwagon. I don't watch the show, but I can't support the brand of journalism that Wendy Williams yeah, I can't support the way that she goes about interviewing and reporting news. So hopefully Sherry Shepherd is a little bit better, and hopefully she retains the Wendy Williams audience. Dee says, I'm glad her show is ended. She started a lot of mess. Hope she feels better soon. So yeah, I hope that again, I'm piggybacking. I hope she feels better too. I hope she's well. But like I said, I saw those pictures too, where she was out. Looks like she was enjoying herself. Not saying that she shouldn't enjoy herself, but if you got a bunch of people waiting on you to come back to work, um, then you probably should take your ass back to work. Now, the good news is about that crew of people that was working on the Wendy Williams show, whose future was rather uncertain. The good news is that they have all been hired to work for the Sherry Shepherd show. So, yay, all is well that ends well, and that's all I got to say about that. Our next our next story is about Uncharted. Now, excuse me, y'all, if you guys don't remember from yesterday, I had that bottle of wine. I am finishing it. So by the end of this by the end of this stream, I should be good and giddy. Right, D. That's good that they can still work. Yep. Nobody lost a job that, that was on the crew of the Wendy Williams show. So that is always good. Let's get back to talking about this franchise being born. You guys know, and I guess it's not like it probably isn't any surprise to any of us. Uncharted had a hell of a box office weekend for that 4-day weekend. I want to say it was over 50 million. I'm gonna check before I stick with that. But even still, it was whatever the number was. It was unexpected, and and it's like good news for the box office, but it was quite unexpected. Thomas, you drinking bourbon? Yeah, I'm about to be drunk. I'm gonna show you what I got, Davina. Felicia told me. Felicia is my sister. Felicia told me to get this. It's some Stella Rosa Black Red. So this is what she got. She told me to get, and I'm polishing it off. Started yesterday, and here I am finishing it off. So yeah, Uncharted. Let me see the dollar amount for the box office, because the box office is sometimes it is an indicator of how good a movie is, and sometimes it just is an indicator of how popular the stars of the movie are. The movie might be bad, but if it's got some good stars in it and people love those people, like The Rock, how I say he puts booties in seats. Well, it's starting to turn out to be that Tom Holland it does too. So Tom Holland is becoming the new It Man in Hollywood, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You know I'm stalling because I was pulling up the numbers. So we can expect Uncharted to be a thing of the past come next week, because next week is the Batman starting. So I don't think it takes a genius to know that it is excuse me, that the favorite of the weekend is Batman for next weekend. But Uncharted did so much better than what they expected it to do, or what they projected it to do, that it was they're already talking about making a franchise out of this movie. And now there are some people who are going to be super excited about this. And then there are some people who are going to be like, look, I'm tired of franchise jump offs and all of this stuff. How do I feel? I haven't seen Uncharted yet. I do plan to see it. Yep. I do plan to see Uncharted. I know that worldwide it's already I want to say it's already over 100 million worldwide. So yeah, that's a win for Sony. Another win for Sony, actually, and it is the birth of a new franchise. so so we will be seeing more of these characters from the Uncharted video game series, and that is good news for even those people who want to adapt a video game into a movie but are afraid because they haven't been successful. Or I won't say they have had a very measured amount of success over the years. Um, so maybe more people will do it because they're seeing like Sonic was successful, kind of. People like people liked Sonic. I didn't watch it yet. People liked Sonic, and people are digging this Uncharted. And we've got Halo coming out and on I believe it's Paramount Plus soon. So there are some examples of big video games going into different medium movies or TV series, and if they see enough success, who knows, they might adopt your favorite, whatever that is. Unless it's Grand Theft Auto. uh I mean, Davina said that she's going to get tickets for Batman soon. I don't know my vision or if these glasses just ain't right. How about I switch my glasses out? That might just be a pair that was older and weaker. Yeah, so you said you got to get your tickets for the Batman. I got mine, and it is for Thursday. Afternoon. I'm not going to nowhere in the evening. Thursday afternoon. So yeah, Film Review Friday will be making its way back next week Friday. When I do a non-spoiler review of the Batman. Speaking of Spider-Man, and well, I guess we weren't speaking of Spider-Man. We were speaking of Tom Holland, who I guess technically is Spider-Man. We know that the statute of limitations for spoilers is over when the studio itself says we are going to begin to use all three of our Spider-Man in memes. They actually brought that meme from TV. I mean, from the internet that everybody loves to use. It's iconic. People use it all the time. That meme was brought to life by these three Spider-Man. And anytime Sony puts out the picture of their three Spider-Man all together, statute of limitations is over. He said, yeah, Film Review Friday. Yeah, we got to bring it back. The Batman is out. So a few months after the film first swung to theaters, the official Spider-Man Twitter account has announced that Spider-Man No Way Home is coming to digital platforms in March and physical shelves in April. To celebrate the announcement, stars Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire have recreated the iconic Spider-Man pointing meme. And they did it against this very neutral background, and I love it because I can put these three in anything I want to as long as I have the the app to take those, to remove the background and put them somewhere else. It works. So like you saw the thumbnail, I'm gonna have Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire doing all kinds of stuff. Today is a scheduled broadcast, Thomas. So we do entertainment news. I'm not going to talk about Stargate today, but I did say, like at the top, I said I owe y'all for yesterday's live stream. So I don't know. I'm going to have to communicate to you when I'm going to do it. But join the Discord, Tom. Join the Discord because I've got the link for the Discord in the description box. And that way you'll get the information at the exact same time everybody else is who are part of that Discord. So yeah, look in the show notes, get the Discord and join it. Because we're doing something over there on Friday as well. I'm just trying to break in a new platform. But I'm doing something at 7, I think it's 7 o'clock on Friday. but it is on the Discord as well. So if you go there and look for events, you'll see when what I'm doing at what time, because it's just fandom talk. I know that. So we can talk about any fandom, and maybe that'll be my makeup for yesterday's stream. Um. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna have Tom Holland. I'm gonna have the Spider-Man all over the place. Best believe. Now, did you guys hear that there is a new category in the Oscars? And it's called the hashtag, because you do it on Twitter. So hashtag Oscars fan favorite. Basically, it's you, the viewer, getting to vote for your favorite movie. The movie with the most votes by, I believe it was March 27th. No, March 3rd. So next week. The movie with the most votes by March 3rd will get some kind of special honorary type award. It can be any film released anytime from March 1st to December 31st of 2021. So to be eligible, that's the window. Look and see when your movie that you want to vote for came out. If it was between March 1st and December 31st of 2021, that movie is eligible. And three fans is going to be flown out to Los Angeles to present a category at next year's Oscar ceremony. Now, it doesn't take a genius to kind of suspect that it has been expected that Spider-Man No Way Home would take the crown as the Oscar fan favorite this year due to its popularity amongst the critics and the audiences. But that might not end up happening. So the film that receives the most votes by March 3rd will be recognized during the awards broadcast on March 27th. So here, I want you guys to put on your thinking cap. Don't look anything up. Just do what your gut tells you in the chat. Tell me which movie leads the Oscars fan favorite category for this year's awards. So think of the criteria. It had to come out between March 1st of 2021 and December 31st of 2021. Fans are voting for it. So what movie do you think is in the lead right now for the Oscars fan favorite if you're using that criteria? Put it in the chat for me. I'm tempted to know what you know, or I'm tempted to hear what you think. One of the movies that's campaigning for to be that Oscars fan favorite is Army of the Dead. Now we know that Zack Snyder directed Army of the Dead, and he has he's got a huge fan base of loyal people who will do whatever it takes or whatever is necessary to push Zack Snyder's success. They love him. They just love him like that. But Zack Snyder is saying, "Hey, I'm throwing my hat in the ring. I want people to vote for my movie, Army of the Dead, for a fan favorite Oscar. That's a new award. Anybody can vote. He feels like I got this big fan base, and I'm not 100% sure if this is this man's if this is his agenda by doing this. But if he is, I guess what if he can get his fans to vote Army of the Dead to win this Oscars fan favorite award, he could damn near put anything out. He knows the size of his fan base at that point. He knows that he already knows he got a lot of people, but then he knows he could get them to do anything for him. You know how much you would have to vote? I'm not saying that the movie was bad. I only watched half of it, but I'm not the big zombie flick girl, so there's that. But yeah, Zack Snyder is uh, revving his fan base up and telling them he wants to win this award. So I'm wondering if they are going to deliver this win to Army of the Dead. There are other movies that came out last year. I mean, Spider-Man is a big one, but then there just think fan favorites. There are Ghostbusters, Halloween, because those franchises have super fans. And anytime you got a bunch of super fans, you can almost have anything happen. Anything is possible. Shang-Chi, a lot of people love Shang-Chi. Yeah. So I only got one person who guessed which movie leads the Oscars fan favorite category for this year's awards. Davina guessed. She said Spider-Man. I'm going to show you guys the answer, and you're going to be shocked and surprised. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you sure? Are you ready? As part of the partnership between the Academy and Twitter, Twitter users are also going to be able to tweet about their favorite scene from a 2021 film. You like how I baited you guys? You still got room, still got a little time to guess which one of these movies is going to be a fan favorite. So, anywho, Twitter users is also going to be able to tweet about their favorite scene from a 2021 film using the hashtag Oscars cheer moment. The winning scenes are going to be shown at the Oscar ceremony alongside the fans' tweets, and 5 users who participated in the campaign will win a full year of free movies, subscriptions to streaming services, and exclusive items from the Academy Museum store. So I think, to be quite honest, I'd rather win this prize pack than the other one for going to and present an award at the Oscars. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that, but I like this prize pack with a year of free movies, subscriptions to these streaming services, and some stuff from the museum store. I think I would take that. 500. I'll take that for 500. But if you want the answer of exactly which movie is leading the hashtag Oscars fan favorite category for the Academy Awards, for Academy Award consideration, if you would like to know what movie is leading, it's this shit. This is what's leading. That is why it's probably, if you don't know, this is Cinderella. I did not watch Cinderella, but I have so much incentive to watch it because good night, Thomas. I haven't watched it, but I've heard that this is the biggest train wreck ever. Ever. And therefore I want to watch it because everybody says how bad this flipping movie is. It's Cinderella from Amazon. The Oscars fan favorite category has not been a favorite move by Academy voters and the media. Many have called it a ploy, which I think it is, to not only gain traction with the young and hip crowd, but also as another shallow way to be more inclusive of films that aren't considered Oscar material. So, as fans continue to flood the internet with their negative reactions to this category, Deadline is reporting that last year's Cinderella is currently holding the top spot for fan favorite of 2021. Now, if my opinion, for what it's worth, is that my opinion is that the people who are unhappy that they're adding this category are spamming the votes. They are actually taking the time to vote for Cinderella. There are some people who really do think Cinderella was the freaking movie of the year. There's probably a handful of people out there who really believe that. But I think that there are people just voting to make this one of the worst awards ever. And I would be, if I were Cinderella, I would be insulted that people chose my movie to make this point with. Because, like, over here in the chat, we got Davina. When I put that slide up, the first thing she said was, hell no. And she said that was garbage. And Sandra followed that up with, it was a really bad movie. So the fact that it is leading tells me that people are sabotaging the award. People are sabotaging it because it is kind of, you know, when we talk about the Oscars, make up your mind. Are you going to allow a movie that you can see is insanely popular amongst viewers? If you can't bring it upon yourself to suggest that this movie be nominated for an award, instead of doing that, you say, oh, we'll just let the fans pick it. This is what you get. People play the system, spamming the freaking vote. Spamming the vote. If I've got 10 email addresses, I can make 10 Twitter pages. And if I make 10 Twitter accounts, I can do the 20 votes from all 10 of my accounts, and I myself am putting my movie in the lead. You get what I'm saying? It's just a silly way to choose a winner. If you wanted to include movies like Spider-Man No Way Home, movies like Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, movies like Ghostbusters Afterlife, if you wanted those movies to be included for consideration, then you should have considered them instead of putting it in the hands of a fan and hoping that all the fans are going to do things on the up and up. You know that's not going to happen. So you guys might be if you watch the Oscars, what the Oscars were trying to do is get the fans to vote for Spider-Man No Way Home so that they would have a reason to invite Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield, all three of them, to the Oscar ceremony, and they could get people interested in watching the Oscars. You know that it was basically a PR move. Yep, exactly. Exactly, D. This way is a cop out for the Oscars. This was their opportunity to include all of these movies. Instead, you did not. You're gonna say we're gonna do this Oscars fan favorite category, and they are showing you what a dumb idea this is. And I haven't even seen Cinderella, so I'm taking it would be different if it weren't Davina and Lysandra telling me, first and foremost, I kind of know what kind of movies they like. And if they like a certain type of movie and they didn't like this was poorly done. This was poorly done because they are fans of the type of movie. Me, myself, they have almost encouraged me to watch this movie when they tell me how bad it was. It's like one of those days when I don't know if you've heard me say, I love a train wreck of a movie. I love to watch the freaking train going off the track and seeing exactly where, it took out the town hall. Oh, I like to see that kind of shit sometimes. I don't want to pay for it. If I could sit at home and enjoy it my own time, I think that their the way that they described the movie, Lysandra and Davina have described it, and then the fact that these people that voted this movie to the top of this crappy award is telling me I have to watch it. Oh, and Davina also said this thing backfired. Yes, it did. She said the best part was Billy Porter's outfits. And I'm looking at one of them right here, and I'm like, yeah, I'm digging this this kind of orange and royal blue. I'm kind of digging it. But yeah, so I'm keeping my eyes on this because you talk about liking train wrecks. I will watch the Oscars just to see the train wreck that's going to be this category. I cannot wait. Can't wait. I cannot wait. So that was a surprise. And speaking of surprises, I don't think I got none of my Trek people in this thing. But speaking of surprises, man, and this is a surprise, it's an unwelcome one. Paramount last week, I think it was last week, announced, hey, we got a new Star Trek movie. I think they might have been 2 weeks ago. We got a new Star Trek movie on the horizon. Yes, J.J. Abrams is going to be directing. We got J.J. Abrams producing. Matt Shackman is directing. We just got so much going on. Star Trek movie. And we all excited. Yes, the Trek. Yes, Star Trek. And guess what? They made this announcement, and the actors that they said are going to be in this movie had no clue this announcement was coming. They said ain't no deals been struck yet with these actors. I don't know why Paramount would come out and say, hey, we got this movie coming out. We got all your favorite actors coming back. And they obviously, this is a surprise to them. This was a shock to the cast of these Star Trek movies. And I don't like shit like that. Paramount, that's a good way. Now, that's a good way to get yourself canceled. I don't like shit like that. Let me see. Davina said I have more adjectives for this movie and it's not good. Oh, she's talking about Cinderella still there. She said, but no actors yet. We're talking about Star Trek. Look, they made this announcement and said that the actors from the previous films were coming back for this one. Not only did they say it, oh, you're right, Clarence. They did it for the investors. And maybe that's why things tanked. Maybe that's why within the next 24 hours, their shares plummeted. I talked about that a couple of weeks or last week. I'm like, how is it that they made this announcement and they make the announcement and the next day your shares to your stock plunge? Well, how? Why? And yep, they did it for the investors. And it was a stupid, stupid thing. It was, because these actors, I wouldn't even want to come back. I wouldn't even want to come back. How are you going to use me as bait? If you guys didn't have anything Star Trek as far as movies were concerned, unless that was specifically asked by the investors, and even if that was the case, you should still tell the truth. But even if it wasn't specifically asked by the investors, why would you make it up when you got all of this other Star Trek to be immensely proud of? Because there has been nothing but good words about Prodigy for 100%. I don't think I've heard very many people have an unpleasant experience watching Prodigy. Then you've got all of these series that you have granted new seasons for. You obviously have confidence in these series. So why not tout that? Why make something up? Oh, that is stupid, Clarence. I swear, I didn't think about the timing, what they stood to gain by telling that lie. Oh, gosh. Well, yeah, now it looks really bad. Oh, you said you wonder if that info was straight from the horse's mouth or conjecture. You're right. But once you let the freaking genie out of the bottle, it's out. You can't put it back in. Now the story is starting to grow freaking legs of its own and run off. Yeah, that's bad. But I really do. If Paramount really wanted these actors back, I hope they're ready to kiss their behinds to get them to come back. because I wouldn't trust it no matter what your reason was. I wouldn't trust you. No, because these are not C and D list actors. These are A list actors who have all these projects. How do you put it out there that they're supposed to be involved in your project by the end of this year? And there are schedules that have to be checked for that kind of announcement. Yeah, be sure your sins will find you out. That's what my mama used to always say to me. I'm telling you. Oh gosh. Well, to get the bad taste out of my mouth about the about the bad Star Trek announcement that I just had to make, Clarence sent this earlier today to the Discord that if you are not part of, you need to go ahead and go into the description box. Go ahead and follow that link, and that is your invite to join the Discord. But anywho, Star Trek Picard. Now I know I said it at the top, but I think it's worth repeating. We are getting Star Trek Picard next week. Next week. I am super excited. We only have to do one more Stream Something Sunday that I don't mention Star Trek Picard. But this picture was taken at the LAX underground, the LAX airport. And they obviously understood the assignment. It's beautiful. I love seeing it. I'm so excited. Sir Patrick Stewart is just sewn into the quilt of my life. That is, I love him, and I'm so glad, like the Doctor Strange stuff, that he is like trying to not, he's like, oh, that wasn't me. I was at home. No, Jean-Luc Picard, you might have been at home, but you were also on my TV at my house. I heard your voice, so you cannot tell me that wasn't you. It was certainly you. Yeah, D, that is so nice. It's just, it is increasing my excitement for next week's Star Trek Picard. And, we still got some Star Trek Discovery to get through as well. Next, we got some Blade news. Blade, and I don't know, this young man, Aaron Pierre, played in the show called Krypton. And I'm like, if there was somebody, and I guess the WB gods, one of them, if they wanted to do me a favor, they'd bring that show Krypton back. I loved it. I was waiting for it to continue. It did not, but I thought that was so well done. At least the first, what I saw, I enjoyed. I really liked it. I am wondering if there's someplace I can watch it. I think I need to look up if there's a place that I can watch Krypton, because it was so good. But anywho, this young man, Aaron Pierre, he played in Krypton. He is now set to co-star opposite Mahershala Ali in Marvel's new Blade pick, starring Mahershala as Blade himself. Now, it's not known who Pierre is going to be playing. Marvel, of course, is keeping their mouth shut. But we do know you liked Krypton too, Clarence. Yeah, they broke my heart by not having this, not bringing it back. Okay, so we don't know who Aaron Pierre is going to be playing, but we do know that Delroy Lindo is also part of this project, and Bassam Tariq is going to direct. Stacey Osa Kafour is going to pen the script, and of course, Kevin Feige is producing. I liked Old Boy. I thought the show, like Clarence said, I thought the show was awesome, Krypton. And I've got confidence that, that he's going to do well in whatever role he's in on Marvel. But if DC is listening, y'all need to bring back Krypton. But yeah, it's always good to get news about this Blade project, because I'm excited. I know there are people who, who sit on one side of the fence or the other about Mahershala Ali being able to pull off the character of Blade, but I think we in good hands. And there a big thing has been the age, and I have been defending his age, but I still feel like, especially looking at him, um, he still has a youth. Even though I know how old he is, he's in his late 40s. I know how old he is, but he still has a youthful look. He could play a character probably 10 years younger than him right now. So there is time to kind of grow into this this character. I feel good about him being played. I'm not afraid. I'm not the least bit nervous. I think he's gonna do a good job. Staying in Marvel though. Y'all see this toy? There have been some toy, I guess we would call them a leak, but it's a picture of a toy, so I don't call it a leak. Don't send me nothing from the movie. Don't send me no leaks from like the movie, pictures from behind the scenes where you can see something that is a spoiler. I don't want that. But this Thor, Love and Thunder, this might be a actually, it might be a spoiler. I might be breaking my own rule because we can see that first and foremost, we have Jane Foster. She's holding Mjolnir. Mjolnir is all cracked up because remember the last time we saw Thor's hammer, not the one from the past when they went back in time to get it, the at his actual hammer from present day, his sister broke it. She crumbled it into a million pieces. So actually, to see Mjolnir, this Mjolnir means that somehow we get the pieces to the original Mjolnir, and it gets put back together somehow. So I am excited to see where this thing goes. I'm hoping that we start to see some trailers or something coming out for Thor Love and Thunder. It is getting close. I know that we are right up on we're approaching Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but we also have Thor Love and Thunder coming out in July. And if it's coming out in July, then you can't wait until July or till May to drop a trailer. At least I feel like that's too close. Um, oh, you said Thor Love and Thunder looks like it's going to be really good. Fantastic to get Natalie back. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure this thing out. That's why I was saying I want to see a trailer. I want to be, at least give me something. I don't know how much I know about the Gore the God Butcher storyline from the Thor comics, or the storyline. I know there is a storyline where Jane Foster becomes Thor, but I don't know how much I know about it. And maybe that's a good thing. Y'all know I'm kind of obsessive about these things, but yeah, maybe it's a good thing that I don't know, because then I'm coming into it blind, like so many others, without having to know it all. But yeah, that just was something to see her come back and to see Mjolnir back. But then there's another picture that shows some of the other characters that are going to be a part of this. So we got Mighty Thor. Again, that's the Jane Foster. This is a Lego set. Yes. My 50-year-old ass is looking at Legos and shit, trying to get hints about a movie. Yes, I am. The Mighty Thor one is Jane Foster, which is the character that Natalie Portman is playing. And then you have Thor himself. Next to Thor, you have King Valkyrie, because remember, he made Valkyrie king when he left to go kick it with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Then you have Korg, that was his boy. Y'all remember Korg, the big rock guy. And then you have Gore. Gore is the player that, I mean, yep, that wine is really, it's hit my brain. Gore is the character that's being played by Christian Bale. So we are seeing uh at least a little bit of an example. This is not rendered for humans. This is rendered for Legos. So, but it looks like he's gonna have some little mummy wraps, and we'll probably see very little of Christian Bale's face, which I guess that's okay. You said there was when was the new spot? If it's something that came out after the Super Bowl clearance, I haven't seen it. America Chavez is going to be dope. Just off of what what I already know about her, I know she's going to be dope. But if it's something that is giving me a bigger example of her skill set or her personality, I have not seen it yet. Now, when I get off of here, I'm going to have to go scour the internet because I don't know how that got past me. Oh, yes, I do know how it got past me. It's a TV spot. Was it a TV spot? If they ain't putting it before something that's streaming or at a movie or something, I probably wouldn't. I'm gonna have to watch their video. New Rockstars did a video about it. I'm gonna have to check it out, and I need to see what it is I can see. Because again, what I know about her, I already know that she is overpowered as ever. She is super powerful, but even if she wasn't super powerful, just the one thing that she has is kicking those portals open. If that was it, then I'd be okay with that. But she's got so much more that she can do. It can actually make her a really scary character. she's really got a lot of power, and I am looking forward to seeing what they do with what is her name? Social Gomez? Is that her name? I can't wait to see what they do with her character, America Chavez. And then going back to Warner, Colin Farrell is playing the Penguin in the Batman movie, which is another thing. Again, I keep talking about next week, big week. We got Star Trek Picard, we got the Batman. I'm looking forward to both. And I'm actually really intrigued by Colin Farrell's performance as the Penguin. What we do know that even before the Batman movie came out, we knew that there would be two spinoffs being ordered by HBO Max. The first spinoff was about what is his name? Commissioner Gordon, who was being played by Jeffrey Wright. That spinoff is like Gotham PD or something like that. And that will be centered around the Gotham Police Department. Probably would have very little to do with Batman or any of his rogues gallery. It would probably be more street level stuff, put it like that. But then when you get the second freaking spinoff is Colin Farrell's Penguin. That one is in early stages of development. I think it's supposed to be coming first. And Colin Farrell did an interview where he is talking about where he believes his character Penguin is going to be during that series. So, like, at what point in his criminal career will he be? Because my understanding is we're walking into Batman, where this character, Penguin, he's not turned into Penguin as we know him yet. So now my thing is like, okay, so we're talking early pre what is his name? Pre-Penguin Cobblepot. What was that his last name? Cobblepot. Then Colin Farrell says we have to get into what made him the man that he is. And also it's going to pick up where the Batman finished off. He said he thinks it'll pick up a little short time after the last frame after the last frame of this film. We'll get to go on a kind of a little left turn off to the world of Oz and how he's beginning to kind of dream of filling a potential power vacuum that may exist. So Penguin said it's a lovely, lovely character, explores vulnerabilities. His violence is apparent. His propensity for violence and his ability to use it as a tool is apparent. But also to see that he has soft spots. Every single person has soft spots, and to be able to find that location and dig around in it would be fun. Claire says we don't need a Commissioner Gordon spinoff. Ugh. I mean, but did we need a and depending on how you feel about the show, did we need a Peacemaker spinoff though from the Suicide Squad? And I really don't believe we need this Penguin spinoff, but am I going to watch it? Yeah. I'm gonna watch like at least the first few episodes, and if it sucks, then I'll talk junk about it. I don't think we be needing none of them. I really didn't think Peacemaker was something that you could come out with a series about, but it turned out to be decent. And then this Penguin one, I'm a little concerned about that. Like, I mean, I know that they did it in Gotham, like they had done, they followed him around for a bit. It was a different version of the character, of course, but I'm like, do we need to see this? So I hope that by watching the Batman next week, that I'm gonna get a little bit of a understanding of why they think it's important to I guess flesh these characters out a little bit more. D says she'll watch it. Wait a minute, you're talking about you'll watch Penguin. I would, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. It's just like, do we need it though? Oh, you said at least Peacemaker was a character no one knew about. I can agree with that. Yeah, you get to introduce this character. Yeah, we have seen shows like Gotham. I mean, like this, like what they're talking about doing with Commissioner Gordon. We've seen a show like that. Yeah, Gotham was kind of a Commissioner Gordon show. Now, I stopped watching Gotham, I think after the first season, so forgive me. But did we ever get to the point where he was Commissioner Gordon, or was he always just like Lieutenant Gordon or Officer Gordon or Commander Gordon? He wasn't Commissioner Gordon in Gotham, I don't think. But that was just my understanding from the first whatever few episodes that I watched. Oh, okay, D, you said you'll watch Penguin. I will too. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna give it a chance anyway. That don't mean I'm hanging out there and living in Penguin if it ain't good. You said, oh gosh, I can't read. You said, this is Clarence. I do think DC is smart to bank directly off the production and design work from their movies. Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that, but yeah, they will save money having to rebuild sets and all of that stuff. I think, yeah, but the show got to be good. Just don't mess it up and make us not care about the characters anymore. And I hate that I say this every time I get to talking about DC. I talk about how sometimes things can get to be a little disappointing, but yeah, we're gonna see what they do. Obviously, we don't know now. We'll see what they do with these characters after the Batman. First and foremost, I just need to get past the Batman. I just need to find out that this movie is good. This is what I'm hoping. And then there might be an excitement level to see what these characters get into next. Right now, it's like we got to get through the Batman first. WB has to be smart. It's not like Iron Man came out and then the next week they had two spinoff shows off of Iron Man. Iron Man was a good start. You can't expect for people to care about these characters unless you did a damn good job in the movie making them relatable and understandable. I guess those are the same word. Relatable and understandable. Gosh. Okay, and then I got Peacock here. Peacock has announced a True Crime Tuesday lineup. And if you don't know anything about me, you know that when I get out of my little imaginary MCU world, Star Trek world, I come back to the real world of true crime. And Peacock has already got me with Bel Air. As long as I've got Xfinity and they have that deal, I get Peacock along with Xfinity just for having it. But I'm hooked on Bel Air. So that's first and foremost. And now to get me further interested in using Peacock on a weekly basis, like I'm doing with Bel Air, they started this True Crime Tuesday, and they have a slate of movies or TV shows or series that are coming out. That is a way to make sure a person like me comes back every week. And of course, we know this is just like traditional TV where you would come back every week. You say you hooked on Bel Air too, girl? Yeah, yeah. We in it. My sister, I got her. Now I feel like I'm contagious because now I talked to my sister about it a couple weeks ago, and she's like, "Yep, now I'm up. I didn't watch 4 hours of Bel Air, and she liked it too. So yeah, it just seems like Peacock right now is understanding. It's starting to get some of that good old comeback week to week social media buzz love. And what better way to hold on to it than to have True Crime Tuesdays, where you know that there are, especially women, if you want to get a group of people to talk about true crime on social media, you're marketing this towards women. And we will. I mean, I'm not saying it's only women, but we will be there. We show up and show out when you start talking about true crime. Davina says she loves those types of true crime stories. And so I'm saying they're aiming it towards us. And yeah, Bel Air might be my fault. But you know what? I didn't have super high expectations. I was hoping that it was good. It turned out to be good. I'm glad that people are digging it. So yeah, this True Crime Tuesdays is kicking off on March 8th. Just giving you just another reason to be excited for that first week in March. That first 8 days of March is just like something every day. I'm so excited. So yeah, the March 8th series that starts on Peacock is called A Perfect World, A Deadly Game. And I thought I would share it. I thought I would share it because it takes viewers inside the world of gaming. As a group of friends are alerted to what appears to be a real life murder. The group is on the hunt for the next 18 hours in search of the real identity and location of one of their closest friends who claims he killed his family. They need to put an end to his killing spree. Series is executive produced by Zach Weisfield and Libby somebody, because I cut that off. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. But just true crime and gaming. How about that? Those two things. So we're putting together true crime and gaming. So I thought you guys might like it. Or if I was going to convince somebody to watch something with true crime, that if I said, "Oh, but it's about gaming too," they might, they might say, "Oh, you know what? I'll get at a chance." So I can have people watching something else with me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Um, Angus said, "I worry about Naisha doing research by watching so much true crime." That is every husband slash boyfriend with a woman who is obsessed with true crime. They all think that she's plotting on them. But yeah, there are three series that they're jumping off with: that Perfect World, A Deadly Game. Then it's one called Preaching Evil, A Wife on the Run with Warren Jeffs, and that's part of that Latter Day Saints group. I think they're the ones that are the FLDS, Warren Jeffs. And the Latter Day Saints are the Mormons, but there are different uh, denomination kinds of Mormons. And that Warren Jeffs was, I believe, the FLDS. They had some really out there beliefs, and they were on the run. So I'm going to guess that we'll be talking about the wife that he had while he was doing his evils out there on that compound. And I'm not trying to spoil anything. That's why I'm not, even though you can look it up easily, but watch the documentary. And then there's one called Sins of the Amish. And I'm like, excuse me, Sins of the Amish? Let me find out that a lot of killing and stuff be going on in those Amish. I call them compounds. They might not be compounds to everybody. You said what kind of gaming? I don't know what game the group was playing, but it's basically they were gamers, and somebody admitted to committing a murder to them, and then they go on this quest to try to figure out where this person is. And it's true. This is one that is going to come as a surprise to me. I'm not going to look anything up because I really want to know. I really want to be, blind, because I stay in true crime so much, almost as much as I'm into the MCU and Star Trek. Because I stay in true crime so much, it's a lot of crimes that I've heard of. It's like I'm very rarely surprised. You can start telling me the story and I already know how it ended because I already know the case. But when I don't know the case, I get a little excited. I want to be told this story. So I can't wait for Peacock to come out with these shows. And the first one, March 8th. I can't wait till next week. You said, as a staunch gamer, here's how I play that. Hello, 911. Now, if you were playing with somebody that you like, if you were playing with me and something happened, then what do? Do you call 911? Because we're far apart. You don't even know where to find me. Or if you witness me do something crazy or say something, act like something happened, and you don't know how to get to me, then what? But y'all just let me die. Tell me y'all wouldn't just let me die. Tell me you would do some kind of investigations and put your thinking caps on and try to figure out what happened to me. Don't just let me die, y'all. I think you guys are great folks, and I'm calling you my friends. Don't let me die. And that there is the end of that little bottle of wine that I had. And because I don't like to be dehydrated, because I've drunk a alcoholic beverage, I hate that feeling that dries you. I have to chase stuff with water. So I'm sorry. And that was the end of my slides. Ooh, let me see. Angus said, I don't call 911 on black folks if I can help it. There's a lot of bad karma gambling with someone's life like that. Yep. And look, there was one story that came out last week about those two boys that got into a fight at the mall, and the police came, of course, and they sat the the one who appeared to be white, because we find out that he's not white, but he appeared to be white. They sat him on a bench, and then they went and roughed up the. It's not funny, but they went and roughed up the black boy, and even the boy on the bench felt bad and was like, "Are you guys going to arrest me?" And they like, "No, you ain't gonna get arrested." But they took the black boy to jail. So it even got to the point where that kid sitting on that bench after he had just gotten into this fight, he saw the way that he was treated versus the way the black boy was treated, and even he said, "You know what? It was just straight up racist." And I could not. I'm like, from the mouths of babes, even though y'all was out there fighting and all that stuff, you know, you even have the a moment to feel that little bit of empathy. Whatever y'all was mad about was probably the end of the world to you just 10 minutes ago. But now you found empathy, and you're sitting there and you're like, dang, he's being treated bad. And I'm guessing that the only reason that I'm being treated the way I am is because of the way I look. And he felt empathy for him and said they did it because they were racist. You said that said YouTube knows more about me than you do. An investigation can track you down thusly. I would hope so. I would hope that if something were to happen and y'all saw me getting snatched off and pulled off into that I take my phone. If I'm smart enough to take my phone with me, y'all got me, of course. But if I'm unable to grab my telephone, and now you got to find out, y'all know I'm in Houston. Some of you know my address, at least two, at least one of you, I know for sure, because Davina has sent me a care package when my back was thrown out. So I know she knows my address, and I guess y'all can figure it out from there. So I would hope I'd be okay. Oh gosh. I wanted to say thank you to my patrons. I don't do it every week because I suck, but I'm doing it, it's been on my mind anyways. So on the screen, we got Clarence. Thank you, Clarence. Thank you, Larry, who is Reinhardt. And gosh, we are sending all of our thoughts, our prayers. We are keeping Reinhardt's family. He's also Larry E in the real world, but we're keeping his family lifted because he lost his stepfather after that battle with cancer. So he lost him. He announced it yesterday, and if you weren't here, then that's what happened on the stream. But yeah, he let us know that his father had lost the battle with cancer. And those who wasn't here, I know everybody, if you're familiar with Reinhardt, you'll want to keep him and his family lifted. And then we had Kaz, who I haven't seen in a while. I wonder where Kaz been hiding. Libra Spirits, Eileen M, Emily T, all my patrons. You can become a patron by going to patreon.com/Tasha Pierce, or you can just click the link that I was smart enough to put in the description box this time. And it's also going across the bottom of your screen for those of you who want to who think that you want to support in that way. Yep. But to be quite honest with you, it was kind of a quiet early week of entertainment news. It probably picks up quite a bit at the end of the week. And I trying to think, do I have anything else that I wanted to talk about? Discord. Join the Discord if you haven't yet done so. I know I've said that like 3 times in this episode, but I do want to grow that community. And I also want you guys to come and see if I can work this event stuff that I got going on this weekend, um, Friday. And the reason why I'm doing it is just really testing all of this stuff, seeing how I can do or how I do with that platform before trying to pour a little more time into it, and maybe having that for my donors, where people who donate to the show on a monthly level or on a week, have whenever one time level, you can get an invite to our weekly uh Discord chat. That would be a incentive, I think. um and I just need to learn how to use stuff. Oh, you saw that? Angus said he saw that mall fight video. It was shocking, even as dulled as my shock has become to such things. Yeah, I don't want to ever get to the point where it feels that normal to me. And I know what you mean. I know you don't mean it is normal. But yeah, we are desensitized as as a global community, or at least a national community. Yeah, national community, because people in other countries are outraged at the stuff that they see happening over here, and we like, oh, it's just Wednesday, shit. So I mean, as crazy as things sometimes sound, it's like, wow, we we are our senses are dulled to this stuff, but things like this still happen. If we can figure out a way to keep ourselves out of it, it's hard to see at times. But yeah, stuff still happens. It is crazy, but I couldn't believe it. The young boy, now the other the not the black one. I think he's Pakistani and Colombian, but I think they looked at his fair skin and thought he was just regular Caucasian or regular Caucasian. But anyway, and then they put the black kid, they rough him up, put him in handcuffs. And even a child can recognize that there is a distinct difference between the way they treating him and the way they treating me, and we were both doing the exact same thing. The exact. It's such a sad thing that you almost laugh to keep from crying and how sad that is. But anywho, I don't even want to. I don't want to live in that spot. But yeah, I've said my thank yous to my patrons, and I'm gonna go eat. Yep. It don't even make sense for me to sit here and prolong this show. Um, I've had fun. It's always fun. I love y'all. I'm gonna talk to you again. What day? Friday over on Discord. But if I don't talk to you Friday, then Saturday we'll do at 3 p.m. Central for the weekly wrap up. But yeah, I'm about to go eat. That's what you guys are probably eating, drinking, and being merry. And I am sitting here and my tummy growling. So later, Angus. Peace to the peace out. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.